The South Today bulletin proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Tonight on the South Today, Glenorchy Air welcomes a new sustainable aircraft to its fleet, first of its kind in the country. Dunedin lifeguards are on high alert after dangerous currents near two beaches prompt warnings. And Otago Polytech students put their newly built house on the market after overcoming a few challenges. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Dave Gooselink. Scenic airline Glenorchy Air has taken a major step towards its goal of becoming the first Queenstown-based operator to use sustainable airline fuel. It's welcomed a new 10-seater turboprop to its small fleet, with the modern plane having the potential to reduce emissions by 80%.
Landing what could be the future of sustainable air travel, Glenorchy Air this week unveiling their new Dahlia Kodiak 100 turboprop plane at the Queenstown Airport. The Kodiak's engine can run on sustainable aviation fuel. It's not the only plane in this country that can, but Glenorchy Air believes theirs could be the first of its kind to operate commercially in New Zealand. Managing Director James Stokes says they're moving their fleet from piston engines to turboprop planes, with the aim of becoming the first Queenstown operator to use SAF biofuel.
So we're slowly changing our fleet over from piston engines to turbines. We already have the two caravans, and now adding the Kodiak here allows us to run on sustainable aviation fuel when that's here in New Zealand, reducing emissions by up to 80%.
Sustainable fuels aren't yet available in New Zealand due to the high import costs and the high amount of investment needed for necessary infrastructure. However, Queenstown Airport's Chief Operating Officer Todd Grace says, as more airlines invest in planes that support SAF, it'll build a business case for the country to invest in the technology.
Yeah, absolutely. It will give airlines the confidence to be able to make this investment. And every airline will have their own rate at rolling out this type of technology. But I think what Glenorchy here has done is shown the way for the rest of the airlines and the operators in at Queenstown Airport.
For now, the new 10-seater aircraft will operate using regular aviation fuel. The plane's set to be used for Glenorchy Air's long-distance charter flights, taking passengers to destinations including Mount Cook, Milford Sound and Stewart Island. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Dunedin's largest shopping mall is back on the market and open to offers as the retail site searches for a new owner. Former Shorten Street actor turned real estate mogul Paul Reid is putting Dunedin's Meridian Mall back on the market after buying it just over 2 years ago. The shopping complex could be worth around $80 million. Analysts say the investment could potentially return $8 million a year when the mall is fully leased. Reid and his Icon Group have carried out a lot of development and seismic upgrades since owning the mall. 5,000 square metres of vacant space has been filled in over that period from the exits of Kmart and H&J Smith. New businesses include Chemist Warehouse, Kathmandu and Les Mills set to take the ground floor, with the gym chain signing on for 20 years. Reid believes the Meridian Mall still has a lot of potential for growth, with big retail brands like Macca and H&M still looking for space in Dunedin. Well, Dunedin surfers are being warned to watch out for dangerous currents at two neighbouring beaches after a series of rescues in recent weeks. The Otago Southland Surf Lifesaving Club has been on high alert this season, and a string of recent incidents has prompted them to urge caution in the tidal waves.
Strong currents near Smaills and Tomahawk Beaches are proving dangerous for swimmers and surfers and keeping local lifesavers busy. The Otago Southland Surf Lifesaving Club was involved in 4 rescues over the span of a fortnight in this area. One rescue involved a helicopter winching a stranded surfer up off the rocks on Bird Island. The beach rescue team says the water current shifts around quite significantly due to the location of the island between the two beaches.
We want to make sure people are always going in the water with a buddy, so never swimming kayaking or surfing alone, and if they do see someone in trouble, to call 111 and ask for the police.
Lifesavers are recommending 3 key steps for swimmers or surfers to remember if they ever find themselves struggling in the water.
The first R is to relax when you're in the water, and then the second R is to raise your hand, and the third R is to ride the rip out, and there will be help soon on the way.
The lifesavers are highlighting the importance of mindfulness and safety and insist there's plenty of other surf breaks around Dunedin that offer a much safer experience for beachgoers. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Some South Otago youngsters have been showing off their best moves for a day of music, cake and dancing. Mainly music has been captivating little minds in Balclutha for 2 decades, with the big milestone a cause for celebration.
A birthday party for the history books, with cake, parachutes and teddy bears. Balclutha's Mainly music group celebrated its 20th birthday at St Mark's Church Hall last Friday with the help of local children and their parents. The program encourages kids to play and dance to music, celebrating with storytelling and shared kai over the fun family day.
Mainly music has been going here in Balclutha for 30 years, and it's been 20 years in this church, in the Anglican church, have been running it for over 15 years.
Mainly music is a staple in many towns and cities across New Zealand. The program combines playtime and socialising for both children and parents.
It is my first time here, but I've really enjoyed it. It's good to see the kids interacting with each other and learning songs and moving and getting into the music.
There was cake, jelly and ice cream on offer for the children, a well-deserved sugary treat after dancing their hearts out. In Balclutha, the South Today.
A group of Otago Polytech students can finally put the tools down after building their first house, although the hammer is coming back out. The Tertiary Institute's preparing to put the annual charity house on the market after a year filled with a new set of challenges.
It's been a 9-month slog, but these Otago Polytech Tipu Kinga students are celebrating the completion of their fresh build. A team of more than 20 carpenters in training faced challenges never seen before building the annual charity house, with a new home design being put to the test. The students were involved in every stage of the process, building the 3-bedroom house from the ground up under the supervision of their lecturers.
They build a house from literally nothing to a full house, which is awesome, and they can really take ownership of what they've done, which is very special.
The 123 square metre home was built on bare land on Otago Polytech grounds. Lecturer Kirsty Curry believes the annual assignment's a good learning process for the up-and-coming builders, teaching them essential skills to take into the workplace.
Great bunch of boys to keep busy, and they've loved it. So it's probably the biggest thing is the enjoyment that you get out of that and the teamwork that we have.
Otago Polytech's been running the annual project for 17 years, raising more than $1.5 million for charities in the Otago community. This year's new build is set to be auctioned off by Bailey's later next month. In Dunedin, the South Today.
FI Akine still to come on the South Today. Some touring Aussie croquet players managed to get in a few Dunedin games before the sunny weather packed it in. And a steampunk artist has created a colourful new sculpture to brighten up the entrance to New Brighton.
You're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer. You owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
such a sweet girl.
What are you dreaming about?
Just music.
The Power of Dreams by Honda.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Welcome back. Well, this week's sunny weather has been attracting more than just locals, with a group of Australians also taking advantage of what was then the Dunedin Stunner. More than 20 croquet players across the Tasman, and they're touring around the South Island for the first time in 8 years.
A sunny spring day on the lawn, perfect conditions for some accurate croquet strikes. 22 Australian croquet players have made their way across the ditch, looking to take the mallet to the grass on New Zealand turf. They're travelling the country as part of the Go See touring group, with players as old as 92 showing off their skills at Dunedin's Tainui Croquet Club on Wednesday.
A lot of them are competitive. They play competitive croquet. Some of them play nationally, some of them play internationally. Some of them just do it for the fun of it.
It's the first time the group had toured New Zealand since the COVID pandemic. The team starting their trip with games at Christchurch's United Croquet Club.
So they come from all different parts of Australia. So we've got some from Brisbane, some from New South Wales. We've even got some from North Tasmania.
The Aussie sportsmen are travelling on to Te Anau and Queenstown for their next matches and are also planning some sightseeing in Milford Sound on their days off. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Well, there's a colourful new sculpture at the entrance to the seaside Christchurch suburb of New Brighton, a life-sized Jester. Created by steampunk guru Don Patterson, the controversial artist wants the local community to work together with him to help make the place more dynamic and different.
This large eye-catching sculpture is greeting motorists on Seaview Road as they enter the suburb of New Brighton. Named the Jester, it's the creation of well-known local sculptor Don Patterson. This colourful piece has replaced his controversial Bear Man sculpture and has been painted in New Brighton's colours of black and yellow. Patterson says it's a self-portrait representation of himself and most other artists he knows.
A bit different from the bear, which was talking about the chaos that New Brighton was facing, and it was time for something a little bit more people-friendly and jovial.
Patterson's recognised as one of the country's leading civic sculptors. He was instrumental in the development of large-scale steampunk projects in Oamaru. One in particular, this futuristic steam train, has become an iconic piece in the North Otago town, situated outside Steampunk HQ. However, the Canterbury sculptor admits he's finding it hard to get his ideas accepted in New Brighton.
Perhaps I'm too controversial, perhaps my ideas are a little bit too far out for some people, but I think you need that. You need that when you're rebuilding a wee community.
He believes the regeneration of the suburb is a great opportunity for everyone to work together to produce something really dynamic.
Art could really be used as a draw card for New Brighton.
The talented civic sculptor says he's working on a number of new pieces, some of which he'd love to see displayed in the main street of this seaside suburb. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Glenorchy Air has unveiled what it hopes could be the future of greener air travel with its new turboprop plane. Dunedin lifeguards are warning swimmers to watch out for dangerous tidal currents near Smaills and Tomahawk Beaches. And students from Otago Polytech are celebrating completing their first house build, which will be auctioned off to raise money for charity. Now taking a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Mike, what's in the paper tomorrow?
Evening, Dave. First of all, we're looking at the university's hunt for a new Vice-Chancellor. We've got some developments on that front as to the sort of person they might be looking to fill that role. We've got some news about the South Dunedin and its preparations for climate change. Developments on the OD fashion show front, which is about to move to biennial rather than annual.
Right. Okay.
Our Inside Out fashion, lifestyle section has got a trip to a very colourful looking garden in Gore. And our Friday, being a Friday, we have a sports tabloid in, and that includes previews of a certain rugby game being played very early on Sunday morning of great importance to us all.
And there's women's rugby around in town as well.
There is indeed the XV1 tournament. Lots of games at the stadium this weekend, and that's also featuring quite heavily in the tabloid tomorrow.
Excellent. Plenty for rugby fans. Thanks,
Indeed.
Mike. Now time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MallMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, widespread hail and sleet showers across the region are forecast to clear during the day tomorrow, but those bitterly cold winds will be slower to ease, hanging around until Saturday. Heading to the top of the South Island, and moderate southwesterlies for Nelson, Greymouth and 15 degrees there. Similar conditions in Christchurch and 13. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, and Ashburton, Timaru and Ormuru are also in for moderate southwesterlies with the bonus of hail showers, highs of 10, 9 and 8 apiece there. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, and moderate southwesterlies across the board here too. Highs of 11 in Wanaka and Alexandra. That snow will clear in Queenstown, back on 7 degrees. Heading further south, strong southwesterlies and sleet showers for Balclutha and Gore, capping the high at 7 degrees. And those southwesterlies will be gale force in the Catlins, back on 6 degrees. Across to Invercargill, sleet showers, sleet, snow and hail showers tonight in Invercargill with southwesterly gales. Tomorrow those wintry showers should clear slowly during the day, but hail and sleet are still likely, a high of 6. On Saturday, sunny periods will increase during the day with fresh cold southwesterlies easing and a high of 11 degrees. And finally heading to Dunedin, showers and strong southwest winds tonight. Wintry weather tomorrow with hail and sleet at times and a chance of snow on the hills. Showers clear later with gale southwesterlies decreasing. Your high tops out at 7 degrees. On Saturday, often rather cloudy, but some sunny periods should develop during the day. Gusty southwesterlies ease and a high of 11 degrees. And that's the news this Thursday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, or follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again soon. Ka kite popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
The South Today Bulletin, proudly brought to you in association with MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.